I agree that at some point on this journey, maybe I would have to accept those of you that love me so much, and I've been consistently advising that thinking about this country will put your mental health at risk. That you should forget about the issues of this country. Maybe at some point we'll come to that because take Dangote Refinery story for example. Dangote Refinery commissioned for production a couple of weeks ago, and now being given license to import fuel. The issues about this country is basically about changing the players, putting my friends there. Like Atiku said, there is nothing wrong with allowing my friends to have access to government functions and government programs and policies. It's just removing food from the mouth of those that have been my perceived enemies and giving it to my friends. Because what the hell is you saying that you want to stop or abolish subsidy regime, and then now it's not because you want to begin to look for how to offer services to Nigeria that they'll begin to. Before Dangote Refinery was commissioned, what was the plan to transporting crude oil? Pipelines or what? Were they, was it rail lines? Suddenly, the man is now getting, or the refinery, let me not see myself, I'm attacking this personality. The refinery is now getting license. So obviously, there is something wrong. There is something wrong somewhere. It is only in this country we are hearing of pipeline vandalization, oil theft, only in Nigeria. And as I talk to you, you should have heard of the story. I didn't carry it. I refused to because it didn't make sense to me. Of Cameroonians protesting in Cameroon of perceived increase in fuel because of the abolishment of the subsidy regime in Nigeria. So some persons that were like some bloggers put it, illegally benefiting from it in Cameroon started to protest. The people that import fuel to this country, are they faceless? Are they not known? What form of investigation has been carried around? We've heard severally. I think Peter B said it, a couple of other observers and students of the downstream sector have also said it, that the amount of fuel that is said to be consumed by Nigerians is actually not the right quantity, that a lot of them is being diverted. So is it also very difficult to do the investigations and come out with finding and possibly prosecute those that have broken the law and have stolen from our commonwealth? Possibly. Are you saying today there is no single individual in court for oil theft and all forms of marginalization in our downstream sector against the Nigerian people? And you say we should keep quiet? The drama is just too much. First and foremost, any government that wants to serve us is not by suspension. It's becoming very transparent, very honest, and very accountable to the people. This government has shown that there is a lot of business that is going to be done privately that we cannot be aware of. What is there to just tell us that you are tired of having the same set of oil importers importing fuel to this country for several years? You want to change and give to people that you know. Simple will rest. Because the drama surrounding this subsidy refinery, we heard the other day that over $9 billion taken as loan, $6.3 billion of it allegedly refunded before the commissioning was done. Obviously, there's a problem. And if you travel around the world, I can forgive those that have not traveled around the world. Sectors like education, health, social amenities are not given out to other persons to manage. It's only in Nigeria where the biggest hospitals, the biggest schools are being built by private individuals. Because, of course, the goal of individuals in business is to maximize profit. It is for profit, of course. But government has a role to serving the people. And that's why they put health, education, and basic social amenities as priorities in government hands. So that government provide it without putting money as the basic or the main focus. What they do is to ensure that these people have access to it, basically. Of course, quality and then quantity. At least it's everywhere and it's qualitative. So our government has not been sincere to us. Have not been sincere with us. There's so much drama going on, and then it's sickening. Give somebody commission, the whole nation gathered to commission that refinery. Now you are giving it license. So are you saying that all the evil investigate? Let somebody be in jail for year theft. I want to hear the investigations going on. A panel being set up to investigate the diversion of our crew that this country has been paying for, and that's why we are. That's why you say you want to stop. The reason why you are stopping fuel subsidy regime is because the amount the government spends on it is way too much. Because of course these people are collecting more and diverting this product. Because if it's so Nigerians alone, we don't consume that amount. So who is being probed? Now you are giving it to another person. A private limited company is giving license to another private limited company in a country, and you say the government is working. Lies, deception, manipulation. That's the order of the day in this country. You have to be daft, dull, blind, deaf to clap for anything that this government does, because there's so much shenanigans going on. There's so much I need to be told, though. So much I need to be told. Watch this video. It opens your eyes a bit to some of the things that I've been talking about, some of the things that I've had to learn. I will not share all types of videos. When it bothers me more and I do my research, I'll come back for it. Watch the video and share this video. Let Nigerians know that we're in deep shit. We are in a big mess. Big mess. Some of these guys are deceiving us, consistently acting scripts around us, putting us, bamboozling us, taking our minds here and there, pushing us here and there, and then we come and then we clap sometimes. Whereas they are laughing at us. Shame on you if you are still thinking, I better share this video. Goodbye. I go, shit.
What has been achieved to me is worthy of praise and emulation. But I must make it very clear, as far as I'm concerned, provision of goods and services is the responsibility of government or leaders of nations. Because leaders are citizens that are citizens like you and I, elected and handed over their economic, political, and social destinies to manage in national interest. And to that extent, it is the responsibility of leaders to take care of individual and corporate citizens. And when you talk about provision of goods and services, fine, Dangote is a private initiative. To me, private initiatives are not after the provision of goods and services because they love citizens. They are after profit maximization and cost minimization. Cost minimization and profit maximization. And if in the process there is a need for human resource to aid them, they do that. Because as far as I'm concerned, if somebody constructs a factory or an industry in a community, and that investor, of course, is a private initiative, he didn't or she didn't do that because they love the citizens. They did that because based on their feasibility studies, they are likely going to maximize profit and minimize cost. Then for Dangote, of course, is something great for Nigeria, is something great for the West African sub-region. I also feel it's something fantastic for the continent of Africa and the global oil and gas industry, especially the downstream. But when I hear people saying, oh, Dangote is coming to solve the problems of downstream sector in Nigeria, I tell them to, hey, hold on. Nobody is even asking where Dangote got the funds from. As far as I'm concerned, you can get the funds from either of two sides, either from creditors. If Dangote got the funds from creditors, Dangote must pay the cost of debt. The only way Dangote can be able to do that is for Dangote to maximize profit, minimize cost. And if Dangote got the funds from shareholders, dividends must be paid to shareholders. And the only way to do that is by maximizing profit. But at the end of the day, Dangote initiative is going to help in bridging what I can best describe in this context as energy sufficiency or energy gaps. That's what, because the refinery will take care of the liquids, excluding the cooking gas, it will take care of liquids like petrol, diesel, kerosene, aviation fuel. Then the petrochemical is going to take care of so many other things that will help in boosting our GDP. But we should bear it at the back of our minds that private initiatives are private initiatives. At the end of the day, they will comply with their civil responsibilities of paying taxes and levies. That will help the revenue, which I totally agree with. But private initiatives are private initiatives. National initiatives must come from government and leaders of nations. I notice this dumb argument, when you're discussing with people you thought are technocrats, but they are probably praise singers, And I'm saying this because I notice that when you really discuss with so many people, as far as restructuring mechanisms are concerned of nations, many people don't know the difference between deregulation and liberalization. If you ask them the difference between commercialization and privatization, they won't be able to tell you. And that's why I hear people saying the telecom sector was privatized or was deregulated. Is not correct. But I don't want to dwell on that. I just want to tell you that as far as I am concerned, it is the duty of government to have state-owned functional refineries or refining facilities. In the days of Gaddafi of Libya, state-owned refineries were functional. If you go to Iran, they exist. If you go to Iraq, if you go to Malaysia, if you go to Saudi Arabia, if you go to Indonesia, if you go to Qatar, they exist. I have not heard about a barrel. A barrel is, of course, the unit of measurement of crude oil. I have not heard about a barrel of crude oil being stolen in the Libya of Gaddafi, or in Saudi Arabia, or in Malaysia, or in Qatar, or anywhere. I have not heard about a pipeline vandalization in any of these countries. As far as I'm concerned, state-owned refineries work, and that's why they are there. And when I hear people are saying, even if we were to have our own functional refineries, state-owned refineries, they're supposed to be supplied crude at international price, I get surprised also. The international price has to do with cartel. Cartel comes in because there is a need to protect members. Local consumption has nothing. The way and manner they take care of their respective internal domestication concerns have nothing to do with the philosophy of the cartel. That's why even when you talk about crude oil, you have the quantity that is regulated by the cartel for sale to the international market. And that's why our condensate is not under the control of the cartel. But when I hear people saying even the crude oil must be supplied to local, no. But for Dangote, because it is a private initiative, you have to do that. The commissioning was done yesterday. Fantastic. Now the next thing will be the practical crystallization of activities. Yes. I will expect to see refined petroleum products that we technically call distillates. But another thing again that I will say is this. As far as I am concerned, the next question for industry watchers like me is, now we need to convey and deliver crude to the refineries. How do we intend to do that? Are the pipelines ready for delivery? It's a question. If we're not going to use pipelines, are rail lines and wagons available? And if we can say work in progress, when will that happen?